Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to York City where there's another final on the cards. If you've not watched yesterday's FA Cup final, go watch that right now. Not going to spoil a result of that, we're in the Europa League next year regardless because of our position in the Premier League. But this one's a chance of something even better. Champions League football. Man City have already got it. Just give it to us. Just give it to us. So yeah, the first Europa League final in York's 107-year history, I think it said, funnily enough, is also Manchester City's first Europa League final. You can see though there's been some big winners of it in this save so far. Bayern Munich, Man United, Tottenham got one, Barcelona had one, Milan, who we just beat, Inter Milan twice, and Arsenal sandwiched between them. So there's some big teams in there and Arsenal, so we've got a lot to live up to here. Chelsea won the first one, actually, in this simulation as well. Of course, the team we beat in the Carabao Cup final. So, you know, we've got previous against previous winners of this. There it is. Final value, Celtic Park. I just realised I'm in Scotland. I need to put the jacket back on. God, silly me. Might be the 24th of May, but it's Scotland. So, you know, you've got to prepare. Just insulting everyone now. They have 3 players unregistered. No idea who they are. Felix is out, though, and Koistra. Actually, it will tell me, won't it? Tipple isn't registered. Enrique and Costa. That's why Tipple was upset at the beginning of the year. That's why. Would he not have been homegrown? Did they not produce him? I guess not. I would have thought that would have been a free registration, really. And, I mean, realistically, you got to play the same 11. The only piece of news, I guess, is that Castillo is actually back to serve as an option. Xiaonan's... Hang on, what happened to Xiao? Am I going to have to start Nyambi? I think I am. And I'm also going to pull them back a little bit. I'm just going to do those few tweaks, essentially, I did in the FA Cup final now. I don't think I can start Xiao, but I think he can still exist to come on. So that's fine by me. So the formation, of course, will be the same team. Well, it's going to be pretty much the same team as I just said. Hidalgo, Saxton, Coleridge, Rick with Nyambi for the time being. Grimes and Seri, Madeira, Vidal, Harrison and Koita. Apparently I can have 12 substitutes. What? Everyone come join the fun. Not you, Eber's back. Well, isn't that a turn up for the books? Ponce is actually sort of back. He's not fully fit, but he's back enough to come on later on if I need him to. So that's good news. But there's their team. Farrer in goal, of course. Tanoko. Jamaica's at right back. Still annoyed he got away from me. Bender up front. A lot of, actually, in terms of the midfield area, real people. 34-year-old Bernardo Silva. Riccardi is only 28. Good God. Their bench still features Raheem Sterling. He is still there. Barco. Bob English, ladies and gentlemen. And Scout. His contract actually expires at the end of the year, and he's in a Europa League final. Do they just run out of players? Or do they just think it'd be ironic to send Bob English to the Europa League final in Scotland? Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, if we don't win, we've met Bob English. It's worth it for that alone. Once again, you've just got to run with the media thing. It's the one most guaranteed to get you the best results, I find. So, we don't really need later scores. What do we put on here? Their formation, I guess? Just so we can see it change, no matter what we're doing. We don't get to see their mentality, but we get to see it change. Or maybe they don't have a mentality as things stand. We're still in 3D. Let's watch it in 3D. We're in behind goal, though. Oh, this is the moment. Someone's hit a 30-yard strike here. No, he hasn't. We're watching in 3D. It's a cup final. Why not? Didn't do the FA Cup final in 3D. I just realised, but never mind. Our Bender's through. It's hit a disabled person. Apologise. Incredibly rude of them. John Stones isn't fully match fit. They're actually playing 34-year-old John Stones. Oh, good God, did I go in? No? Free kick to us anyway. We're fine. They've been playing 34-year-old John Stones. Can't really run that much. Can we stop these highlights, please? We've not done anything, team. Team, we've not done anything. We've done something. I was changing my mentality to balance just because I presumed we weren't having the better of it. We're having the better of it. I mean, they'll come at us a little bit now anyway. So, Coleridge, corner, free kick. I know what set pieces are. Sorry, though, the provider. We're seeing it with lines, despite the fact it's a free kick and it's counted. So, you know, well done, Coleridge. You stayed on side. Had a free kick. That's the bare minimum, let's be honest. Yeah, they are. I mean, they're not gone attacking or anything, but it's going to. Can I stop changing? I'm not going to change mentality anymore because every time I do, something happens. It wasn't a mentality. I was doing a shout, but same difference. It's basically the same goal, just for them. All they did is just stick a mirror in the middle of the pitch and do exactly the same goal we scored. You'd think we'd be wise to it. Focused. Clearly. We've actually got in a little bit more after going balanced, but I'm not really pleased. I've told them to grab a goal, which, you know, football, I guess. There's a free kick being lined up here, I think. Surrey will stand over it. He's a little bit away from goal with this. This is going to be audacious. Oh, Good save. Great save by Farah. Nearer Farah, saved them all. I had to do it. I had to do it. Vidal nearly kept a straight face as well. Slightly worried by this counter-attack option. That, like, no one's really in the path to passing it to this chap here. Except for my left back now. Good work. Vidal's going to re-counter and get fouled. Tackled? Just tackled. Madeira's on a 6.5. Ponce might actually make... Despite scoring the winning penalty, never mind, Rick scored 2-1. 2 set pieces, 2 goals. We know how to do them. Now, I'll be honest. If we've saved up all our set piece goals for the Europa League final, worth it. Absolutely worth it. I feel like we've not had one in ages other than just Seri banging in the old free kick just directly. But yeah, I feel like we haven't had one in a... Whoa, Grimes, you cheeky little sod there. I mean, it's a possession with them, but just avoided that tackle like he was psychic and knew it was coming. Love it. Love it. Anyway, Grimes, Seri, Madeira, both those players on the left-hand side have been booked, I've just realised. Saxton's out there. Now, he did get sent off in the FA Cup final. I'm slightly worried by the fact he's yellow-carded. It was a straight red in the FA Cup. He's also been dispossessed there, which isn't great news for anyone involved. Werner Bender has turned the defender. That wasn't intended to rhyme. I mean, it's a penalty, obviously. He's tripped him up in the penalty box. He wasn't going anywhere. Why did you do that, Rick? Did the dreads get in your face? Oh, Hidalgo, you big man! You big man! That's why Dutra's not in goal in key, important matches. I've listened, Casper, thank you. Casper, the friendly goalkeeping coach. I'm listening. I've listened. I put Hidalgo in goal for this. Thank you, mate. You've possibly saved us a Europa League final there. Right. Saxton isn't particularly tired or playing that badly, but I am worried about the yellow card. I'm not going to lie. Castillo is available for this. Actually, I'm a little bit worried on the other side. I'm going to change both of them, which is a weird move. But Castillo did, of course, assist last time we saw him before he got crocked. And 85 minutes have gone. They have gone attacking 3-4-3, so yeah, they're going for it. Cautious. A little bit more cautious. Just a little bit more cautious, team. A little bit more cautious. A little bit more cautious than that. I just so thought that was a back pass for a second. It's a header. It's good. I remember the rules now of football. Useful as a manager, I find. But Seri, Grimes, Vidal, lovely working there, actually, gotta say. Harrison, almost forgot you were on this pitch, mate. Don't think you've been involved in a single highlight so far, Jack. What is Jamaica doing here? He's moved away from his goalkeeper eventually, but... Alright, so Corey just headed straight to Bernardo Silva, which is not always the most sensible thing to do. Bernardo's running. He's got it to someone in the box. Paolo, oh, he's so unmarked, it's unbelievable. But, the person who assisted may have been offside there. It's this pass here, I think, that's offside. Bang on. Well done, linesman. Phil's had a shocker. Phil's forgotten the rules of football. I remember them. He's forgotten them. Purely because he's booked as well, Ponce. And to waste time, Ponce is going to come on that left-hand side. Madeira is actually our worst player as well. Jack Harrison's on the same rating now, but Seri with a late free kick to make this 3 and seal it and kill... No, not kill my nose. He's hit the bar. Oh, no. Don't hoof it up. Don't hoof it up. Don't just hoof it up and get down. Oh, God. Okay, we've Marshall Foden now. Ciao. I don't care if you get sent off for that, mate. I don't care if you even get sent off. 20 seconds over the allotted 94. It's 2-1 York. It's 2-1 York. We've basically failed against every big team in the league. We've beaten Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final. We've beaten Man United in the FA Cup final. Spoilers if you haven't watched it yet. Shout. Manchester City in the Europa League final. Shout. Just run. Run to the corner, mate. Just run. Run to that corner. Don't get fouled. I mean, get fouled. That's fine. That works. It works in our favour. He's going to put Barco in the book. I mean, Barco's useless. I mean, Barco's alright, in fairness, but he's definitely a bench player for a team like Man City. He's a bench player for my Southampton stream save, for crying out loud. And we don't even get to do the free kick. Oh, 3 out of 3, folks. 3 out of 3. We've only failed in the leasing.com trophy at this point. We're 4 out of 5 for finals at this stage. But we really, honestly, we owe this entirely to one man. The now, bafflingly, £42 million rated Leandro Hidalgo. What a man. Area reach 17. Handling 15. 1-on-1 16. I don't know if that counts as penalty. Rushing out. Irrelevant for penalties. But that jumping reach. That agility. Anticipation's only 11. What a man Leandro Hidalgo is. By the way, Dutra's now finally worth money as well. Nearly 15 million. One day he'll be actually worth money. Not yet. But considering I had bids of about 4 million, 5 million or so consistently during the transfer window last time out. Yeah, got a little irritating, because obviously I'm not going to sell a player like Sergio Dutra for 5 million. Now he's worth money. There we are, parading in front of our own fans for once, actually. There we are, there's me, there's just me, that can't even click on me, that doesn't work. I mean, we don't look pleased. Ashley say, people had written us off today and you proved them all wrong. When it matters, we step up. It's a treble of cups. 6-0 demolition of Copenhagen. We've won a cup. I can be as offensive as I want with the pronunciations. Not intentional, don't worry. 5-3 versus Milan. 6-1 aggregate over Real Sociedad. That was ridiculous, if we're honest. 7 million. Only 7. We nearly got as much for winning the FA Cup, for crying out loud. Medals for people. Gonzalez actually played a match at one point. Don't you remember that? Tony Ebersbach made a substitute appearance at one of the group games, I imagine, in between his injuries. I mean, that's ridiculous. Seri, fantastic work. Praise you like I should. 2 assists, of course, for him. 2 set pieces. 25 million he cost. 64 million he's worth now. Argentina boss looking at Hidalgo, Vidal and Alvarez, presumably in the other squad. 11 million. Oh, we get 11 million as well for the Euro Cup television revenue. That's not bad. And 1 million for coefficient ranking. So that's another, what? Essentially 12 million, 12.5 million combined. And of course we qualify for the Champions League as a result. Yeah, we balls the end of the Premier League season. But one match is all that mattered. Champions League football. Initial budgets are here and ho 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 ho. I mean, the wage bill's not really that much higher, if we're honest here, but 87 million. It's not quite 3 digits, but it's 87 million. More than we've had before. 70 something last year, I think it was. Yeah, 6 million paid out. What can you expect? But Moussa and Dembele, I mean, Rennes just ran away with all these bits on the side here. I think they had like a massive demolition in the knockout stages, along with the group stages. Does it not tell us what like our pre-season odds were for the competition? Oh well, never mind. Well, I got to do this press conference as well. I'm so thoroughly delighted. It was both centre-backs who scored, I've just realised. Seri to Courage, Seri to Rick. Seri will not be leaving, he's in the Champions League. He's in the Champions League, mate. There's got no reason for him to leave. James Grimes will kick on here, absolutely. Worth noting, he's regarded as not being a big game player. Certainly was in the FA Cup final. I think Seri took the midfield this round, but... Oh, God. I just saw that news. Sorry, Jorge. Sorry. I mean, they were second. They were 3 points off the title, for crying out loud. But alright. Fair enough. Oh! Just quietly and casually in the background, Arsenal have won the Euro Cup too, so welcome to Europa League football next year, Arsenal. We won't be joining you. I've just noticed something. As a result of Arsenal winning the Europa League 2 and us winning this, I think Liverpool have missed out on European football entirely, despite being 5th. Oh, and Manchester United don't get Champions League football. That's changed then. Despite the fact we're now the top competition, we actually get less European stuff. What? Oh God. When did this change? When did 4th not be Champions League? No. 4 group stages, 2 Euro Cup, 1 Euro Cup 2. That should still be the same. I'll give it a day. It's just dawned on me why Liverpool haven't been granted football yet for Europe. It's just because of some reason it's an all-English final in the Champions League. So yeah, Liverpool will be in the Europa League next year, and Man United will be in the Champions League next year, regardless of this result. It's just because this hasn't gone through yet. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Anyway, overall best 11 for York. Seri's only made the bench, remarkably, at this stage. I mean, he's got to shift Nassel to get into that midfield, so good luck. Madeira and Litau hold on. Courage has entered central defence, though. Romano is moved to the bench for the time being. Medina and Xiaonan are the 2 people in fullback positions. I guess Sachs has not been here long enough to take over either of those just yet. Lopez still the striker. I do like to see that, of course. Not really had an out-and-out striker for a while. Victor Schott's still on the bench, though, irritatingly. I love after all this time Alex Kempster's still on that bench. It shows you the problems we had with this position. Callum Nassel turns out for Bristol Rovers. He's there on loan. We still have him. We've actually signed him for a little bit longer, which means he will, theoretically, get a testimonial this year. Wilson Gonzalez has gone to Villarreal. How has he managed that? Oh, he's on loan from Newcastle. That makes sense. I can say, we sold him to Newcastle. How has he managed to scrimp and move to the La Liga? Victor Schott's still being loaned out by Liverpool year on year, 22 now. And Velasquez, of course, is on loan at Caen, so he will be back. Still makes me sad every time I see that Romano no longer has a club. Anyway, end of season rewards. Grimes takes it with over 50%. Seri didn't run away with it this year. Grimes did. Ponce had goal of the season versus Everton right at the beginning of this year. Vidal was the signing of the season. One of the 525 club, as I call them, or 525 squad, I should say. Three Argentine players, all bought for 5.25 billion. Of course, Labad, the new goalkeeper. Vidal, 525. And Gonzalez. Oh, and Grimes is the young player. He's still 23, so expected, I suppose. Match of the season, apparently 2-0 versus West Ham. Really? Yorkshire 2022. Where are they now? It's only 7 years gone. Ah, yeah, the longest name in football. Darren Kingsley Guer Kazambia. Retired at 25. That's depressing. Good old DK. Tavares has gone as well, 26. He didn't get a club after us. What? That's surprising. Dan Morgan is at Cambridge. Ted Smith still at Dagenham. James Clark and Manquar both at Wraith Rovers. That's a name I don't really remember. I remember it vaguely now, but yeah, they're both there. Dean's at Reading, Genie's at Kansas, Lee Towns at Middlesbrough, Feistheimer plays for Darmstadt, Vitor Gonçalves is at Fafe, and Ivo Suarez is at Chavez. Expectation meetings for next year is maintain top half finish. Despite, right, this seems contradictory. Finish in the top half of the Premier League, reach the first knockout round of the Champions League. 5 people thought Europa League football was too ambitious for next year. Ebersbach, Madeira, Medina, Lumley and Ponce. Well, most of you are alright. They'll accept it when we come back, that's for certain. Training camp, China. Yeah, go on. Increase our profile over there. Of course, we do have a Chinese player at right back. That's certainly helping marketing, I imagine. Seri is Europa League's player of the season. 5 goals in 10 games set up. Congratulations for the Europa League player of the season. I imagine you get some kind of special card on FIFA for that. And the Europa League season was a 3-4-3 for some reason. Hidalgo in goal, Rick, Grimes, Seri and Harrison. Jack Harrison is in the Europa League team of the season. Shout out to Thiago Almada, who was the 3rd best player and doesn't even make the team of the season somehow. Teammate does, but not him. Of course, next time out, by the way, is that International League semi-final against Italy, and then the resulting final or 3rd place playoff. Before then, we'll just have a look at our team for the entire season's worth. So, there we are. So, despite the fact that Seri was the highest average rating player, did not win Fans Player of the Year. That did go to Grimes, who was just behind him, with Maxence for company on 7.3. In fact, 4 midfielders, I mean, Adam Wright only played 4 times in total, but the 4 midfielders very tightly packed there. Alois Silva on 7.26 for the entire season. I suspect we'll probably be starting him next year as our first choice to get him that development, get him in that regular game time to continue that development. Argueso, surprisingly, in 15 starts. A lot of those, obviously, cup competitions. 7.26. Teko as well, 7.23. Arguably a better option than Vidal over the course of the season, gotta be said. Shao, 7.19. Medina, 1.8. Rick, 1.7. Very tightly packed this section as well. Vidal, 1.15. Saxton, 0.13. Koita, 1.12. 2 on 0.11. Jack Harrison, only 7.11 for the entire season, despite 18 goals and 3 assists. I'm just going to do something that's incredibly depressing. Sorted by minutes per goal, Jack Harrison is top of that list. Now, don't get me wrong, Koita and Alaor scored a goal every other game, basically, as well, but kind of depressing. Koita, though, top of the actual goals. Alois Silva not too far off. 27 starts for him this year. Most he's had this year. 13 goals for Madeira. Is on penalties when he does play, so that does factor into that, but I don't think he's had a massive amount of them this year. Seri, 11 goals from that midfield again. Not too shabby for him. 10 assists too. 10 assists for Vidal. I said that last time, so quietly gone about his business. Really, 7 goals as well. 48 appearances for him. That said, chances created is not massive, but 1 chance per 2 games. It's up there with Seri. Not very big on mistakes either, apparently. Something I pointed out actually on the Hertha Berlin challenge with the 2 centre-backs, particularly the first year, and their number of mistakes made. Koric had 51 appearances, Rick had 48. Koric had 43 mistakes, so less than 1 mistake per game. Just any mistake, just heading into the opponent once. Just heading into the opponent counts as a mistake. Rick had 52 in 48, about 1 a game. That's incredibly low, I feel like. Rick had 98 shots. He was definitely the target on corners. Quite a good accuracy rate as well. But tackle rates up there. Header rates up there. Headers won per 90 minutes. 10 headers won between the pair of them per game, basically. They are quite difficult to get past in the air. Rick is 191 centimetres. Determination's going down for some reason, but Koric isn't that tall, in fairness, and his jumper reach and heading isn't that great, but he still puts it in. Quite a shift. Also doesn't like big games, apparently. Tell that to the 3 trophies in my cabinet. 62 million he's worth. Gifted, basically, at 10 million to us. Gifted. Not wanted by Bayern Munich, we snapped him up for 10 million. 10! But in terms of the future, of course, we haven't really gained anyone else in the non-foreign situation. Oh, I should just mention, of course, Hidalgo, 16 clean sheets in 32 appearances. That's quite good. Dutra had 12 clean sheets in 31. So actually, their goalkeeping appearances were pretty much split exactly down the middle there. Hidalgo kept more clean sheets in total, exactly 50%. So I feel like the £42 million man has taken that first spot. Just. Labad is also worth noting, is not Labad, really. 2 stars, championship level. Obviously, we've got to keep him in our squad until he counts as homegrown club. He's only 18. But on the goalkeeping front, we're pretty much set now. And there's not really a lot we need to do. Realistically, the main positions we've got to think about are the attacking midfield line. Again, essentially, is the attacking midfield line. It's also worth mentioning, of course, that I'm not sure if I mentioned it in an episode or not, but Ponce and Cantoro only learnt English about 3 games from the end of the season. So they might be better next year now they know a little bit more English and can understand the rest of the team. That's not promising. What's happened to his mentals? His mentals weren't that bad at the start of the year, I'm pretty certain. What in God's name happened to Ponce? I know he took an injury towards the end of the year, but it shouldn't have been that dramatic. But Cantoro, though, he is developing quite nicely on that side over there. Fairly strong right foot as well. It might be worth just sort of training him a little bit on that left-hand side, because he's sort of essentially both-footed. Also get him a little bit faster, a little bit more stamina maybe, a bit more work rate in that, slightly higher concentration, probably arguable. And either better crossing or finishing wouldn't go amiss, to be fair. But he is 20. He's operating at this level. He's got development space to grow. 5 million he cost. Thank you, Lannis. We might be coming back to you in the summer, depending on what you've got available. So, yeah, next year's going to be interesting. I don't really know what I want to change, what I want to improve, because we're at that point where we've got a squad. We've just got a squad now. We've got a squad of players, quite a lot of them quite young, who are Premier League level and developing, that you'd feel a little bit hard done by if you replace them by someone who's already better than them, because they might get as good as them if you just played them. So, interesting dilemma we're in. It might be a case of if we lose someone, then we'll definitely bring in someone who is probably better than them. I mean, one man's available to be sold, that's for certain, on that right-hand side. Just a quick mention in terms of the expiring players. There's no one really on the list this time out. There's no one really available. Jovic is the best of them, and he's actually joining permanently. In terms of expiring players, there's no one really leaving a club that wants to join. That would be first team. The only player who's probably up to scratch in general is Tammy Abraham at Wolves. And we've already got 3 strikers who are more than good enough to be playing at this club. So, I mean, I do feel a little bit sorry for Gonzalez. Like, his determination's going up. What's going on with the other mentoring groups? Who's leading that other one that's getting them all down? But yeah, he needs better physicals. But again, another one to sort of develop a little bit. I do feel a little bit sorry for Adam Wright. I did kind of stunt his growth there by not playing him basically at all. Still baffled by this. Central midfield striker. Don't understand it. But, of course, next time out is the England episode with the Nations League final. So until then, and until we return with York on Monday with all the transfers, ta-ra.